Hi everyone. Now today I'm gonna be trying to see if I can pretty much guess what the next class will be for Diablo 4. Now I have been successful so far when it comes to guessing the next class, and I'll see if I can actually nail it again. So these are obviously gonna be mainly on my thoughts, what I think is going to um, what I think they're gonna be aiming for, and pretty much at the same time speculating a little bit at the same time. So let me know what you guys think, right? So this is obviously based on my personal opinion. So if you guys don't agree with it, please feel free to let me know and what you guys think the next class might be. So starting off with number one. For me, and this is I've have mentioned it previous times when it comes to Diablo 4 videos. It does feel like they're trying to go back to the roots and really giving this game another push, right? Because I mean, we can definitely see that Diablo 3 was not what they were hoping for, and looking at Diablo 4, they're really trying to get back all the fans and trying to go back to what made Diablo 4 popular. Or I should say Diablo 2 popular, and implementing that in Diablo 4. Now, that being said, looking at all the classes thus far that they have actually put into place and kind of let us be able to play with, the only one that's not there yet is the Amazon. That's the only class thus far that we haven't seen ever since Diablo 2. And it's a very popular class. First of all, fans have been asking for it for a long time. Looking at Heroes of the Storm, very popular class as well. The reason why I bring this game up, it's the only game right now that you can actually play this class and be able to enjoy all the abilities that that class brings. So I really believe that the Amazon will be the next one. And even looking at the lineup right now that we have with Diablo 4, that fifth spot right there is definitely something that I see the Amazon being there. Looking at just their website, just looking at everybody sitting around the fireplace, it does remind me of D2. So I really do think that the Amazon will be the next class. It'll be nice to see that, right? I mean, it's been a long time. I really miss playing this class. But one of the classes that I think will not be there is the Necromancer. Now, I've actually done some research and seeing basically what other people at the same time thought of it, because looking at more or less the lore and the ending of Diablo 3, and also looking at other people's point of view, it does seem like the necromancers were completely wiped off when it comes to Diablo, um, the Diablo storyline, at least at the moment, right? So something tells me that we're not going to be seeing a necromancer in D4. Now, I hope I'm wrong, because those are fun classes to play, but at the same time, look at it this way. So we played Diablo 2. Yes, granted, it was a while ago. We had a necromancer. D3, we had a necromancer. Heroes of the Storm, we have a necromancer. D2 remastered will have a necromancer. It's just way too many games with it. So I do believe that they're gonna sit this one out and let us go and play other classes instead, right? It would be fun to have this class, because just having an insane amount of minions running around killing demons with curses and blood spells. It's awesome, right? It's just spectacular watching them go in and just curse all the enemies, corp explosions left and right. It's awesome. If you guys never played that class, definitely go check it out. Either with D2 or D3, it's an awesome gameplay. But that being said, I do think that they're going to sit this one out. One class that I do expect to see, just following a little bit more of their trend and what they have been focusing on, they always have at least one healing class. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a priest, right? In the previous games, they had a monk and they even had a paladin slash crusader. So, and notice that although a paladin and a crusader are very similar when it comes to abilities, right? They always they always change it up a bit. So for me, what I'm thinking that they're probably going to be doing is bring a Templar. That's the only other class that's very similar to the previous two that can still be more offensive and defensive at the same time and still being able to provide some type of heals. Now, I I don't really think they're necessarily going to bring him up right away as class number 4. I believe they're going to bring him a little bit later on, unless they want to start off with maybe 6 classes, which is definitely doable. Nothing really prevents him from doing that, I'll be honest. But similar to D D3, they did bring the Crusader later on, and so and after and the Necromancer thereafter. But it feels like this next upcoming class should have more of an impact when it comes to the storyline and the gameplay, right? So although I do think that we will see either a Paladin, Crusader, or Templar, I think we're going to see that a little bit later on. The one class that I would love to see is another Hunter type class. I don't really see it happening, right? Because the rogue kind of has that Hunter vibe with a bow and arrow, but I would like to see that just because the Demon Hunter was such an amazing success. And I'm not necessarily suggesting they should have another Demon Hunter, but maybe a Shadow Hunter or maybe a regular Hunter, just to be able to try something different. Now, again, I'm like, this is just something that I would like to see, and not necessarily something that I expect to see, right? And the only reason why I'm bringing up the hunter here is just because of, well, first of all, the crazy stunts and abilities and spells and DPS that you can do when it comes to the bow and arrow, the fact that you're a melee slash range assassin at the same time, all those traps, moves that you have for crowd control, and at the same time, if they ever take some inspiration out of the hunter with World of Warcraft, then you're also looking at being able to have pets with you to help you kind of fight off demons, which granted it's not going to be as good as the necromancer, but at least it's a close second because yes, you're not going to have a crazy army of skeletons and whatnot to help you fight demons, but you will have some type of animals and pets to be able to do that. So I think a hunter will be awesome to have in this case, just to kind of like replace the necromancer. Not really holding my breath here, but I think it'll be a nice add-on to it. So I went through a little bit of my thoughts, my ideas of what I believe the next class would be. And just to kind of summarize, although there's a lot of nice possibilities and nice options that they could be putting in there, and some of them mm, not that much, just to kind of put everything together, I really think that number five is going to be our Amazon. So tell me what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Yes, no, and why? Right? I'm really curious to see what everybody else thinks. So I'm really excited to see the fifth class, can't speak, and kind of take it from there. So thank you guys for watching. Like this if you like it. Subscribe for additional content. And with that being said, peace.